how to even start this one. I guess if something's not making you money or you're not finding enjoyment from it, you got to stop. That's where I find myself now, unfortunately. Spoken to some people and they feel the same way. eBay. Right, let's start off the video on a positive. Well, a negative, but this bit will be a positive. Let's go on what sold over the weekend. On Vinted, 5 things have gone out, and on eBay, I don't even know. I did this little experiment last week of actively listing on Vinted or passively allowing the listings that I've already put on eBay to just do their thing in the background without really putting anything into it to see, you know, how hard you have to work to get things out the other end. And obviously on eBay, I've got like, I don't know, say 200 listings. 200 listings, and they are just up there all the time, doing their thing, generating sales for me. I got a big order from the wholesale warehouse last week, 50 branded jackets. I listed those on Vinted, 10, 12, 15 items a day, just to see what sort of an impact that had on generating sales on Vinted. So I'll show you what sold, and then we'll dive down into numbers, and then I'll talk about I don't know, short-term and long-term changes I'm going to make that will hopefully have a positive impact on my life. I mean, everything that we do hopefully has a positive impact on our lives, but sometimes they don't. Right, let's kick it off with what sold. Starting off with this little number here. This sold on Vinted for 12 quid. The cost basis on all of the jackets was about £3.60. So that's just what they cost when you divide the job lot of things with what I paid for them. Obviously, some are definitely worth more than £3.60, and some are worth less, but on average, that's what it works out at. So yeah, that sold for 12. Good little profit on that one, almost a tenner. Ooh, £10. Here we go. This is another Vinted sale. There's my bagging system, by the way. If you're not onto this yet, go to IKEA. Buy bags like this. If you've got a thermal printer, just print out numbers between between 1 and 100. And then when you list something, just pop it in the bag, put it in your filing system, and then when you make your listing, at the bottom of the listing, put like bag 46. Then you just go, you know exactly where it is. You're saving time in getting your things to pick and pack. 12 quid, that sold for. It's another one from the job lot. From the wholesale. Lovely, that, isn't it? Next up is this Columbia fleecy top, brand new with the tags. Speaking of tags, I need to check. Okay, here we go. So this one I picked up at TK Maxx for £19, and I've sold it for 33 on Vinted. So definitely take that off before you send it. Well, there we go. A nice little flip. And that was part of the when was it? It must have been January now, and we're in April. So holding on to it for 3 months for a £14 profit. Okay, that'll do. But it was the risk-free pickup that I did. And I decided on that one, just keep hold of it, because eventually it will sell for decent money. If you don't know what the risk-free pickup is on TK Maxx, so you've got TK Maxx shops all over the country. They sometimes have these yellow sticker markdown sales. They've got red stickers all over the place, which are good prices, but the yellow stickers are even better prices. And you wait for those sales, pick up the things that you think you'll be able to flip on eBay and Vinted, list them immediately, because I think you've got 14 days or 28 days. If they don't sell in that window, take them back, get your money back. Or, as I've done, hold on to them and just wait. Just wait for the sale to come in. The things that you pick up at those prices, if you wait, I think eventually you will get a buyer for them. Like this fleece. That's how you do it, son. That's how you do it. You either sell and make money, or you return and get your money back. Why aren't more people doing this? Well, don't more people do this? No, do. Because when those items get returned to TK Maxx, where do they go? Do they go back out on sale, or are they reduced again and someone can get it at an even lesser price? I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud. Right, where's these fat face shorts? I think they're in here. It's like my little box of TK Maxx things. This sold for 10 Great British pounds. Again, it's part of the TK Maxx pickup. They're big shorts. They are a UK size 22, but I picked these up for £2.50 at TK Maxx, sold for 10. Again, you just gotta wait. Brand new with tags, TK Maxx. TK Maxx is a goldmine when those yellow stickers are on them. Keep your eyes peeled, because they have generally 2 a year, I think. A winter one just after Christmas and a summer one. And as you can tell by the lovely, glorious weather, we're creeping, aren't we? We're creeping into summer. Here we go. It's another of my branded jackets from the wholesale. £3.60. Flipped into... My screen says 10. I've realised I'm looking at the item page on Vinted and not the orders page. So I did take a couple of offers. So whatever I've put on the screen so far, I'm not going to go back and, you know, re-talk about those other things. I'll just edit. Whatever you see on the screen, that's what it sold for. No, it will be these prices. Ah, well, I've taken offers. Maybe not these prices, because this one's like £10 on that screen. Pretty sure I took an offer for like £9.60. Pay me 40p more, but whatever. A mix of things that are sold on eBay, but I'll just pull out some highlights to show you. Look how big my hand looks. Hold on, this is the thumbnail for the video, isn't it? Okay, you got to pose like that with a wacky face, and then put it on the thumbnail so people click the video. Otherwise, what's the point of making the videos? Where's my dog collar things? These barking control collars for dogs, it's like a thing that you attach to their collar, and they bark, ruff, and it vibrates, and that stops them barking, apparently. If they do it again, woof, it vibrates and beeps, beep, and so on until the dogs realise that barking will set these off, and it just either distracts them or just they don't like it, so stops them. Anyway, I've got them listed for £11.99 each on eBay. Sold 4 of them over the weekend. Cost like £2.69 to post minus eBay fees. They have a cost basis of less than £2 each on these. I bought them in a big job lot from the trade outlet, which I'm going to make another video about later in the week, because they've gone to shit. They've gone bad. They've gone bad. So I'm not going to talk about it now, but we need to talk about it, trade outlet. You and I, we need to talk about what you've done. I don't know if it's working for other people. Clearly it is working for other people, because they're opening new stores all over the place. But for me as a reseller, they fucked it for me. And I'll tell you why in another video. So those dog collars have sold. Spider-Man armbands, as you can see, I paid £1.13 for them. Still got a few on the shelf. I think £5.99 is what they've sold for, plus no, with free postage. So I barely make any money of those, but they've been sat there for like a good while. Just want them gone. So happy to take a small, negligible profit for that one. And the last thing that I want to show you that sold on the eBay is this PlayStation 2 game, Return to Castle Wolfenstein. It's a classic series, a great series of games, and someone there gonna relive their misspent youth on the PlayStation 2, I assume. What did that one for like £10? I picked it up for £1.50 in a charity shop. Woo! Right, so let's talk about, well, let's start off with, if you don't know, I've been a referee since I was a teenager, and I'm 40 now, so it's been a long time I've been a football referee. And in that time, I've had some amazing experiences, and I've been promoted, and I've had the opportunity to progress up the ladder and referee at some incredible places. But recently, over the past year, definitely, whilst I've been doing reselling, and I've been doing security and close protection work, and I've been doing theatre work and acting, the refereeing has got less important in my life, and the rewards for doing refereeing have also greatly diminished. Therefore, I'm at the point where I've got 3 more games left that I've been allocated by the Football Association. And those will be my last 3 games at this level. I think I'll still referee occasionally, and I'll still referee as a hobby to get me out of the house, to get me running around, to keep me fit. But I won't really be much longer a referee at the semi-professional level where I am, which is assisting on the Northern Premier League, refereeing in the Northwest Counties and Step 5 and 6 leagues, which is a shame, because it's been fun at times, but it's also been just not worth it at times as well. In addition to refereeing, I also have big refereeing social media accounts. I'll continue to put out content on those and engage referees and support them where I can. But I mean, it's like when two people get a divorce, isn't it? And everyone's like, "Oh, that's so sad. You really loved each other." But no divorce ever happened because a marriage was going so well and they loved each other so much. That this is not happening because I'm having so much fun refereeing. I think I can't do it anymore. It's really not enjoyable for me. So I'm dipping out of refereeing. Seeing the month out, seeing these last 3 fixtures out, and then that's kind of me done. But on the flip side of the bad news is some good news, and hopefully I'll be able to confirm that very soon, but I don't want to talk too much about it just now because there's a lot of moving parts. So I'll say it. I'll tease it for you, but stay tuned because something big is on the horizon. And lastly for this video, let's break down whether being active on Vinted or passive on eBay generated more income over the week of the experiment that I did. So let's flip over here. So here we go. Let me talk you through this. Is it twisting? It's twisting. Why is it wobbling? Why is the camera wobbling? We having an earthquake? We're not having an earthquake, but still, it's very wobbly. I'll hold that for you. So, as you can see, last week on Vinted, I listed 12, 8, 11, 15, 11 items. I was just absolutely ploughed listings up onto eBay. Saturday and Sunday, I didn't list any. The sales it generated after this big push on Monday, where I hadn't really listed anything prior, but then smashed up 12 items, generated £110 in sales. The next day, $36.50, so a little drop off. Now bear in mind they're all similar style of items. They're all those jackets that I got from the wholesale. As the week went on, so these 2 days generated about the same as the Tuesday, about £25 to £30 per day. And then Friday and Saturday, about £25 to £30 per day as well. So over the course of the week, it's 110, call that just shy of 150, 250 quid, 200, yeah, about that. I'd call it about 250 on that one. From listing all of those, like 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55 items, let's say. 57 items. I could have taken a second longer and just given you the accurate numbers, but no, let's guess it. So 57 items uploaded to Vinted to generate £250 worth of sales. Take out the cost of goods from £250, I'm already making profit. Every item that I sell on Vinted, I very, very, very rarely sell for a loss or to break even on Vinted. It's good for profits. eBay, as you can see through the week, I barely listed anything, just the 4 items. And those 4 items were just crossed listings from eBay. I didn't do anything new. I found this app where you can just click a button and it will just copy your listing over to the platform. So I tried that 4 times and it didn't generate any sales of those items that I listed. But as you know, I've got about 200 things listed on eBay, and those sales in the background just turning away, 70, call it 90, call that 100, 180, 190, £205. So over the 6 days up to Sunday, it generated £205 from really not doing anything. The only thing I had to do with those items was pick them and pack them, and I can get that smashed out in an hour, maybe 2 at the most now. So once you've done all the hard work, and trust me, listing things consistently to get 200 items listed will generate an income. That obviously depends on what you're selling as well. But for me, passively, £200 per week on eBay. That's not too bad. In addition to actively listing on Vinted, another 250. So £450 worth of sales last week from my little experiment of pushing Vinted but leaving eBay passive. It's Tuesday now, so I've missed the opportunity to start a new experiment where I maybe flip these around. But I've not had a sale on Vinted for the past couple of days, which is no, that's not true. I didn't have one yesterday. I think I had sales on Sunday. I don't know which would bump this up even higher. I mean, those things I just told you about there, I don't think I've accounted for a couple of those on here. But yeah, I just wanted to give you a little bit of an insight. You're like, oh, where's it worth spending my time and spending my effort? Well, 50 items, 55, 57 items in a week has generated £250, and that's kind of been active. But having 200 items listed on eBay and allowing them to just be seen and be sold has generated £205 worth of sales. Take with that's just a bit of information for you. Do with that what you will. That kind of works for me. My death pile is huge, and I've still got lots of individual items to post onto eBay, which is niche, you know, very specific. Will do well on eBay, maybe not so much on Vinted. But take all this with a pinch of salt, but also take it in the kind of the way that it's meant, and it's information, it's data. Take that data, apply it to yourself, and let's all get rich together. Thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you on the next one.